Welcome. Today our motivational word is coming from the book of Esther, and we're focusing on Mordecai and his Christ-like behavior as he goes through a difficult time. All right, so God knew that Satan was wicked because he knows everything, which is why he doesn't react, he responds. In the book of Esther, Mordecai knew there was something wrong with Haman. Haman was wicked, which is why he didn't jump up and bow down to him when he was in his presence, and that's what Haman did not like. God wanted to point out that position or title does not equal authority. Point number 2, sometimes we feel like God's not moving when we pray or petition the courts of heaven, but he's always working behind the scenes. Mordecai says that he sat at the king's gate, and so if you don't know, you think he just sat, but that was his position. That means that he had an official position in the king's government. Back in the day, being at the gate is where deals were made. Being at the gate is where people were judged. A lot of business was done, and by being at that gate, this is what Mordecai was able to do. He was able to get that information to Esther about the threat to the Jews. By being at the gate, he was able to overhear that plot to kill the king, because his best interest was the king and his people. And then point number 3, in every situation, God's going to get the glory. You notice that Haman was not paraded around. Mordecai got that honor, and he was celebrated. And God doesn't force us to obey. He gives instructions. Mordecai gave Esther instructions. In Genesis 14:4, God gave Moses instructions. And he told him that I will be honored by Pharaoh, and the Egyptians would know that I am Lord. In 14:18, he says, the Egyptians would know that I'm Lord, and I will get me honor upon Pharaoh. It is very important to the Lord that we honor him. And then finally, God didn't have to play the main character and go around and work in miracles every single day in our lives. We are known by our fruits, which is how we behave and how we treat others. In Esther, after Haman was killed, that decree was still out there about the Jews. So the king told Esther and Mordecai, change it however you like. And then we see that Mordecai was surrounded by the scribes, and he wrote those decrees. Mordecai rose to fame. He gained the honor and the power that Haman wanted. But he was much greater because he was led by God, and he was feared by the military leader and the people of the province because he was such a great leader and he had the king's favor. Whatever it is, whatever it ain't, whatever it's going to be is up to you. See you next time.